Hey y'all, it's Whitney Shattuck from the First Grade Roundup, and I am so excited to talk to you about my latest product and resource line called Phonics. So if you are familiar with any of my interactive PowerPoint lessons that I have in math for Math Wall and Calendar Math Wall and my math talks, then you will also love these. This is the same concept, and this came about because of the video that I have on spelling strategies. I had lots of teacher friends wanting to know about my routine and what I did, and so I wrote a blog on that, a blog post on that, on my routines at thefirstgraderoundup.com. And then I also thought, well, I'll just go ahead and share my routine through this resource also, so that you guys can know exactly what I do for phonics each week. So basically this came about, my phonics routine and this interactive PowerPoint came about just through my 10 years of experience, kind of what worked, what didn't work. The short answer is I didn't like teaching phonics at all. I didn't like the teacher ready-made stuff, the scripts that I had to read from, so I was just kind of picking and choosing over the years of things that I found that worked and that I thought engaged kids in something that can sometimes be not as engaging. So this is sort of my baby and kind of the product of all of that picking and choosing over the years. So Phonics is an interactive PowerPoint lesson, and the purpose of this video today is basically for me to model exactly how I go through that routine for those of you like me that it's just easier to watch somebody model it than read it in a blog post. Okay, so as you can see, the front page that I have showing for the kids is the Phonics menu page, and this one shows units 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because this packet will have the first 6 units of my phonics sequence for the year. If you own my spelling resource that has a year-long spelling assessments in it, this aligns with that also. So you those will go together for you pretty well. So what I'm going to have in my store at the time of this video, these are not all uploaded to my store. I'm currently finished with Unit 1 and working to get a freebie out on that, which will be just a short sample of that first unit, and then getting out the first 6 units in a packet, and then I'll have them the whole year bundled up for a discount as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you my routine, and I'm going to model exactly what I do so you can watch and see exactly how this works. Okay, so this is Unit 1. Each of these have links to the units. I'm going to click on Unit 1 because that's what we're going to do today. And it takes me to my Unit 1 homepage that has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You'll notice Friday's not on there because Friday is assessment day and poetry folder day, which I talk about in my blog post, but I don't have a PowerPoint slide for those days. Okay, so I'm just going to click on whichever day of the week we are. I'm only going to do Monday on Mondays and Tuesdays on Tuesdays, etc. But for this, for the purpose of this model lesson, I'm going to go ahead and go through all 4 days so that you can see, kind of get a feel for what I do for each day. And hopefully we'll have time to squeeze all that in here. As far as navigation stuff for this resource, there is a resource. If you clicked on the wrong unit for some reason, you can go back to your main menu page and then click on the correct unit. Okay. And then also, if you happen to click on the wrong day, each slide has a unit menu that you can go back to and click on the correct day. Okay. So let's get started. On Monday, let's talk about the setup of this slide actually before we get straight into the modeling. Okay, the top band here it's just going to keep you on track to make sure you actually are on the correct unit in the day. Then you've got a little I can statement, which is great for administrators that step in and walk through your classroom, and also, more importantly, great for your kids so that they know exactly what you're learning. It's a good reminder for everybody. And then right here is our focus sound for the week, which is short A. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to read our ABC chart, and this day should take no longer than 15 minutes total, although I am going to speed it up, not complete every slide so that we can get through the entire week in this video for you. Okay. Excuse me. So the first thing we're going to do is warm up with our ABC chart. That's because we're doing short vowels. Whenever we move on to blends, we'll change it out to our blends chart, vowel chunks to our vowel chunks chart. So we're reading some sort of warm-up chart just to get us started. And I know everybody does theirs differently, but I do read my alphabet chart like A, apple, B, bumblebee. Okay, so we'll read through the whole thing. And then next, I can listen for our focus sound. And this one we're going to need to do in normal view. So I'm going to click Escape from my slideshow view. Go back into normal view. You'll notice I have the notes there for you that tell you exactly what to do to help. And I'm going to say, boys and girls, our new focus sound for this week is short A. Short A says ah, like I'm taking a bite of an apple. And then I'm going to show them my hand holding my imaginary apple and my face taking a bite of my apple. Everybody do that with me. Ah. We're going to listen for our focus sound ah for each of these pictures. And I want you to listen and tell me, does the picture word have our focus sound? And give me a thumbs up if it does, or a thumbs down meaning it does not have our focus sound. And then we're going to listen to see where the focus sound is, if it's at the beginning, the middle, or the end of the word. Apple. Boys and girls, say that word with me. Apple. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Does it have our focus sound ah in apple? Thumbs up, it does. Boys and girls, do you hear apple? Do you hear the ah in apple at the beginning, the middle, or the end? Touch your arm to show me where you hear that sound. Very good. I hear it at the beginning of apple. So I'm going to put the picture under beginning. Cake. Say that word with me, boys and girls. Cake. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Does that have our focus sound ah in cake? Thumbs down. And I'm going to continue with each of these pictures, okay? For the next slide, I'm going to continue in normal view. And now, boys and girls, that we've listened for our sound, now let's look and listen at our words. We're going to read our words and decide if it has our focus sound ah or if it does not, and where the focus sound is in the word. Boys and girls, put a bubble in your mouth when you can read this word. Pop your bubble. At. Very good. The word is at. Do you hear our focus sound? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Good. Thumbs up. Does it come at the beginning, the middle, or the end of the word? Touch your arm to show me where you hear ah or see ah in the word at. Very good. At the beginning. Boys and girls, let's read this word. Put a bubble in your mouth when you can read it. Pop your bubble. Mop. Very good. The word is mop. Do you hear our focus sound? Thumbs up or thumbs down? You're right. No focus sound. Of course, I can have the kids come up and move these as well. That's why it's interactive for you. Okay. Now, it is important that I go to slideshow view before clicking the next slide because we are going to be decoding words. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go to slideshow view. And after we've done all of these, then I'm going to go to my next slide. Boys and girls, now we're going to decode words that have our focus sound ah in them. And this is where we do the slide, slippity slide that you may have seen me model in my spelling strategies video before. Okay, it goes like this. Slide, slide, slippity slide. We'll say the sounds, we'll make them glide. K, ah, can. Slide, slide. Oh, sorry. And then before we go on to the next one, I'm going to say, boys and girls, who can tell me where you heard the ah sound in the word can? Very good. In the middle. There it is right there. And I can underline it, I can highlight it, circle it, whatever you want to do. Okay? And then we're going to go through the rest of them. Slide, slide, slippity slide. We'll say the sounds, we'll make them glide. Ag, rag. And then we're going to underline our sounds. Slide, slide, slippity slide. We'll say the sounds, we'll make them glide. At. Okay. Boys and girls, where did you hear the ah sound? Beginning. Good. Let's highlight it. Okay. Then after we've decoded our words, and we're going to transition, I'm going to say, boys and girls, get up from your carpet square, go get your dry erase board, your sock, and your marker, and go sit at your desk. Okay, they're going to take their board, sock, and marker. While we're transitioning and waiting, they can be writing words old spelling words from our word wall, sight words from our word wall, or spelling words from this week that are already posted in our room as they're waiting. Obviously on Monday they don't have any spelling words just yet, but they can practice sight words that are already on the word wall. Okay, once everybody's ready, then I'm going to say, boys and girls, we're going to spell words with our focus sounds. So let's break it down, break it down, break it down. I'll say the word, you say the sound. Can. K, can. Boys and girls, how many sounds did you hear? 3. Very good. Let's write 3 boxes in our board. Okay, and they're going to draw their 3 boxes with me. And then I'm going to say spell the word can, and they're going to be spelling it. I'm just going to give them 30 seconds real quick to spell it, and then we're going to do it together. Boys and girls, what's the first sound you hear in can? K. What letter? C. What's the next sound you hear in can? A. What letter? A. What's the next sound you hear in can? N. What letter? N. Check your word and make sure you got it correct. Okay, and then we're going to do the next one the same exact way. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to do on Monday is I can read and spell my sight words. If you don't know about Body Spell and Go Noodle, you are missing out. This game is awesome. It's a great brain break and a great way to learn. I've got the link straight in there for you. All you have to do is type in the sight words, and I have my pacing of the sight words I practice with each unit already spelled out for you in the pacing guide that goes along with this resource. Okay, so that's Monday. Tuesday, we're going to see the same chart, and then what's different about Tuesday is the poem. So the first thing I'm going to do is read the poem and say, boys and girls, listen for our focus sound A in the poem. The first time I'm going to read it in normal pace. The fat cat in the hat, the fat cat in the hat, the fat cat in the hat, and the rat on the mat scat. And then I'm going to go back and read word by word and say, boys and girls, when you hear our A sound, take that bite out of the apple for me and show me that you hear it. And then I'm going to go word by word. The, fat. Good, boys and girls, it's right there. And I'm going to do that for the entire poem. Okay. Then I'm going to click and show the poem, and then we're going to say, I'm going to say, boys and girls, who can come up and circle or underline a word that has a short A in it? Good. What's that word? Fat. Very good. And we're going to do that for all of our words. Okay. Then we're going to slide, slide, slippity slide. We're going to transition and get our dry erase boards and break it down for our 2 new spelling words. Then we're going to come back and circle sight words. Who can come up and circle a sight word you know? Very good. What word is that? The. Great job. Then we're moving on to Wednesday. Warm up. Here we're going to go back to normal view. I'm going to press escape, and I'm going to say, boys and girls, we're going to sort words that are real and words that are wacky, because some words that I see aren't actually real words. And I need to know that so that I can know whenever I'm reading books if it's the right word or not, because books only have real words in them. Boys and girls, put a bubble in your mouth when you can read this word. Pop your bubble. Sad. Is it real or wacky? If it's real, show me your book, and they show me their hands open like a book, or show me it's wacky and they do the little crazy sign with their finger around their ear. Okay, and then we just move them. We do that with each word. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to slideshow view so that we can slide our words, transition to dry erase boards and break it down. And then we're going to play I Spy, a sight word that has 4 letters, and they're going to continue with their dry erase boards. Write the word that they think it is. If somebody gets it, they win the little ticket prize that we do with our school-wide reward system. If not, I give another clue until somebody wins. They love this game, and it's easy to transition to partners later on in the year. On Thursday, we do the charts again, and then we slide our words. But this time we're going to review, do a whole group review, and then later we can do it with partners by just having our test giver face the board and our test taker face away from the board, and show each word either after I test them whole group or go over each word if they're partner testing. Okay, they love the sound effects. Okay. And then we're going to practice sight words by filling in the correct word in the sentence and reading those together. and that is the entire unit. So it's super easy, super engaging to use. The kids love it. I hope that helps. Email me with any questions, thefirstgraderoundup@gmail.com, and look for all of these coming soon to my store. Thanks, y'all.